breaking news from WBZ.
I'm Courtney Cole, and we want to bring you live right now to Sturbridge, where the district attorney is giving an update on today's situation at a hotel there. Let's listen in.
Shortly before 1 a.m. today, Sturbridge Police Department, Southbridge Police Department, the Massachusetts State Police troopers from the Sturbridge Barracks responded to reports of a vehicle being driven into the Sturbridge Plaza Hotel at 400 Haines Street in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. There was also additional reports of a person firing shots into the hotel, one of which struck a guest. Preliminary investigation of this case indicates that the suspect drove to the hotel in an attempt to find two people that that person knew. Responding officers located a guest suffering from an apparent gunshot wound who at that time was in the front of the hotel. The victim was transferred to Harrington Hospital and later life-flighted to the UMass Lakeside campus in Worcester, Massachusetts. The victim remains in critical but stable condition at this point, and the investigators believe that that person was not one of the people that the woman who arrived at the hotel had targeted with regards to looking for them. 3 officers and troopers made their way into the hotel after contact with the victim outside, and it came around the corner. It all moved very quickly, and the suspect tried to talk with the suspect, but subsequently the suspect discharged her firearm with a fatal gunshot wound. EMS on scene, which included Sturbridge EMS, Southbridge EMS, rendered extensive life-saving measures, including the Lucas machine, but at that point the suspect was determined to be deceased. This case is very complicated, and we won't be able to talk about many aspects of the case due to our domestic violence statute laws. Also, with regards to the prosecutor's rules of professional conduct 3.8, there's only so much we're going to be able to go with regards to the facts and things that happened early this morning. It's early in the investigation, and will continue in the ongoing days with the Southbridge Police, the Sturbridge Police, the East Brookfield Police, the Brimfield Police, and the Massachusetts State Police detectives assigned to the Worcester County District Attorney's Office, the State Police Crime Scene Services, the State Police Crash and Reconstruction Section, the State Police Firearms Identification Section, and the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner. And I want to applaud the quick and fast work of all those involved last night. Right now, I'd like to turn it over to Sturbridge Chief Desert with regards to a little bit more.
Good afternoon. My name's Earl Desert. I'm the police chief with the town of Sturbridge. As you can imagine, this was a very stressful call for these officers. Upon their arrival, they observed somebody already had a gunshot wound. Despite that, they continued into the building without hesitation, located the shooter, and was about to attempt to de-escalate the situation. However, the suspect shot herself. So I'd like to commend the bravery of my police officers, the state police that responded. I also want to thank all the mutual aid partners that responded to assist us with this call. And it should also be known that because this incident unfolded so quickly, the town of Sturbridge was never in any danger. We identified this, we responded within about 5 minutes, and the whole incident was over within about 10 minutes. So there was no risk to the public.
Chief, the suspect who died knew the 2 other people the parents she was looking for, and one or both of them were shot.
The 2 people that our deceased suspect knew, both of them are alive. They were not shot. The person who was shot was in the hotel lobby, unbeknownst to the person who came, suffered a gunshot wound to the torso area, and again is in critical but stable condition at UMass Hospital.
And they weren't the initial target that suspect was currently looking for?
No, they were not.
And they're obviously helping you in this investigation?
Yeah, it's early in the investigation. Interviews are being done at this point by the state police, and with help from Sturbridge Police, Southbridge Police, and the other parties that did respond early this morning. And this really happened in a very short period of time, between 12:55 and about 1:05 a.m. This all unfolded within those 10 minutes. Everyone moved quickly. And again, what the chief said was that 3 of the officers in the state trooper that moved into the hotel did it after they knew there was gunfire. Multiple shots had been fired, but at their own risk and to their personal safety, moved in quickly to try and make sure that everyone in the hotel was okay, and that this didn't escalate into a further situation of violence and gunshots.
Were there any
How
other
old
injuries
was the
reported?
suspect?
Any other injuries between besides the man who shot and the victim?
Nothing at this point.
You said that person was looking for two other people. Are they being questioned at this time to figure out a motive?
It's they're being questioned, yes, with regards to the investigation.
How old is the suspect?
The deceased suspect, approximately 28 years old.
28.
So,
suspect
is she the one who drove into the building? Is that the deceased person?
Yes.
And she was looking for someone in that hotel, and that's why she drove in that room?
It's part of the investigation, but yes, I think you could connect those dots.
Was the suspect pregnant?
Relationship between the suspect and his
Domestic violence laws prohibit me from talking about anything about that.
Was the suspect pregnant?
Yes. It wasn't determined at the time of death. No one knew she was pregnant at that point, but later through our interviews, about 20 to 30 minutes after the fact, that we found out that she was pregnant. Also, there were life-saving measures that were utilized. The Lucas machine, trying to keep her alive. Extreme measures were taken. EMS did as much as they could at that point to keep her alive. It's about 20 or 30 minutes into that she found out that she was about 8 months pregnant.
Are these people from the area, roughly? Are they from out of state?
Well, none of the people involved here are from Sturbridge. There are a few people, again, part of the investigation. I don't want to get that wrong at this point.
Are you releasing the suspect's name at this point?
No names at this point. Again, the domestic violence, the changes to the domestic violence laws prohibit us from mentioning anything about that, and we can't go into that at this point.
Was the suspect under the influence of any substances?
I don't know.
So where was the actual shooting itself? Was that in the lobby? So did the suspect drive into the side of the building, then walk into the lobby and just shot an innocent person?
Coop, that's shots were fired from the outside into the building. Whether or not any shots were actually fired in addition inside the building, we're not there yet. All part of the investigation.
And this person that was shot was just an innocent bystander?
Walking through the foyer hotel lobby, yes.
At 1 o'clock in the morning.
About 1 o'clock in the morning.
And you're saying that the shots were fired from outside, so this was a bullet that just went through into the lobby?
Some were fired from outside. We don't have any evidence of a shot being fired inside the hotel at this point, but we do have evidence of several shots being fired from outside the hotel. So whether he was struck from a bullet outside or inside, still part of the investigation. We'll see where that goes. But right now, he's shot in critical but stable
So
condition.
the timing of it, was the shots fired first or driving into the building first?
My understanding is into the building first. It's still under investigation. But it all happened within about 10 minutes. I can't tell you which happened first right now.
How long was the suspect inside the building before she started firing?
We don't know that she was firing inside the building. That's all part of the investigation. We know that she fired from outside of the building and then entered the building looking for those two people. We don't have any evidence yet of bullets being fired in the hotel.
Let me rephrase. Was she inside the building before exiting and shooting?
We don't have any evidence of that. What we have evidence of, she's outside the hotel. She fired into the building. She entered the building. We don't know if shots were fired inside the building. We do know they were fired from outside the building. I can't tell you if it's before or after the car was driven into the hotel.
Chief, was this suspect ever on your radar in the town of Sturbridge?
He is not familiar to us at all.
She's not familiar with it.
All right?
Did the officers arrive and she had already taken her own life? Or
No.
were they engaging with her and then she took her own
A
life?
couple of commands were given by the police. It moved very, very fast. Put down the gun, put down the gun. Came around the corner, and that's when the fatal shot was fired.
But the police never fired at her.
No, they did not. They showed a lot of restraint and a lot of courage entering into that situation, not knowing what they were dealing with. They started de-escalation techniques, but it happened so quickly. They got out a few commands, and that's when she took her life.
Chief, can you just talk about your officers and their role? I mean, this is a...
Sure, this was my midnight shift. Standing behind me is Sergeant Rich Tracy, Officer Devin Kingman, and Officer Nick Stages. And the trooper involved is Trooper...
No, it wasn't a trooper.
Oh,
It was another trooper.
Okay, there was another trooper involved. They're midnight on patrol. They get to call at 12:55, and they're just on routine patrol. They get to call, and they're there by, I believe it was 1 o'clock. And like I said, the incident was over probably around 1:05. So
I guess what I was saying, I mean, this stuff doesn't happen every day in Sturbridge, so, you know, for them to be responding to an active shooter.
yeah, very, very stressful for them. I commend them for their bravery. The nice thing at the debrief of this incident, one of the officers said to me, "Chief, I'm really glad I attended the alert training last week." And that's active shooter training. So we continue to train our people, and that played a vital role in this. Our officers acted unbelievably to the book. They stacked up like they should. They went in there as a team. They didn't hesitate. They identified the shooter, and they took the appropriate action. So I'm very proud of them.
Was there anyone in the hotel room that the vehicle drove through?
No, and several of the shots, is our understanding right now, that were fired into the hotel, those rooms were vacant. Okay?
Will the victim be identified?
No, domestic violence laws don't allow that. I can't tell you whether or not they will at this point, but if we're following the law, the answer is no, at least at this press conference.
Was that person a hotel guest or an employee of the hotel, the person that was shot and killed?
Neither. This was the person who came to the hotel. They didn't work there, no. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Melvin.
We just finished hearing from the Worcester County District Attorney and the Sturbridge Police Chief. This is following a car driven into a hotel and shots fired shortly after. This is at Sturbridge Plaza Hotel on Haynes Street. The DA says this all happened very quickly and shortly before 1 a.m. and that multiple police departments responded to this incident, including Sturbridge PD. An innocent bystander was shot and is in critical but stable condition at last check. The Sturbridge police chief says officers tried to de-escalate the situation, but the suspect shot herself and died. Now, there are still lots of questions, but the Attorney General and police chief say that they are limited in what they can share because of domestic violence laws. You did hear me mention that the person that was shot was an innocent bystander, but the Attorney General and police chief did mention the woman came with the intent of targeting two people. The person that was shot was not one of those two people in the lobby of this hotel, but we will continue to bring you the latest updates here on CBS News Boston, wbz.com, and the very latest on WBZ News beginning at 5.